I'm here today with Eric Ryan. You're from Virginia, ain't you?
I was born in Florida, but I spent a great deal of time. My father's family lived in Virginia in a little place called Unionville that I spent a few years growing up in, and then we had our own house separate from the farm for a while that I spent a couple of years at.
Who had inspired you to do music?
My music was inspired by all the people I grew up in. My father listened to a lot of country, and like I guess most kids, I grew up in Christian school in the Abeka program, and I went to church, but I wasn't really inspired. Though I did listen to people like Carmen and Stephen Curtis Chapman. I guess I grew up on the kind of mixed mill cliche country music of the 80s and 90s, vis-a-vis Garth Brooks and Alan Jackson and George Strait and, Shenandoah and all the kind of, Brooks and Dunn, that kind of stuff. But I also, when I got in my, middle school years, high school years, I listened to, Green Day and Metallica and kind of got in that sound too. So I guess, I don't know, like anybody else, I guess it's a mixture of kind of everything that I really loved. And as I got older, I really got into older stuff like Billie Holiday and the Ink Spots and Sinatra and Bennett, Satchmo,
How did you learn to sing, write, and play music?
Oh, gift from God, straight up, have no idea. I was determined to learn. I don't know. I was determined to learn guitar, and I literally played it until my fingers bled. It sucked, but I wanted to learn, so I did. And I probably didn't write songs until I was 19 or so, and then like maybe a year after that, I went in a competition called Nashville Star. It was the first season of this new show, and don't ask me how I made it to the finals. I have no idea. But I got to meet, the winner, Buddy Jewel. Miranda Lambert came in third that year. I met her. I really couldn't write like I write now then. I don't even know how I got there. But it was just I wanted to tell stories. And songwriting was just one of those things that I just sat down and just did. So best I can give you is, a gift from God. That's all I got. I have no idea where it came from.
We're going to play your track, Glad You're Gone.
Okay. Yeah, that song, I wrote it for a friend of mine that, outside of Orlando that got in a little issue with a girl, so.
You want to tell me what you're doing in here? You want to tell me how you got in? You want to tell me what you're all about? Over there with all my friends. Girl, I'll admit it, there's some brass in you. You got the guts of an old Marine. And I'm gonna tell you this one time. And girl, I mean it more than anything. I don't have the time to tell you there's so much you put me through. And the way you moved on took way too long. Nothing I can do but pray for crazy luck so I can dodge the bullet you're hanging on. And the truth is, baby, I'm glad you're gone, yeah. Wanna take a stroll, talk it out? I'ma tell you no way in hell. Here's a little play-by-play. Girl, I know you all too well. I don't have the time to tell you there's so much you put me through. And the way you moved on took way too long. Nothing I can do. Pray for crazy luck so I can dodge the bullet you're hanging on. And the truth is, baby, I'm glad you're gone, yeah. crazy things you do. Someday you're gonna blow sky high, and I don't want to be there when you do. I don't have the time to tell you there's so much you put me through. And the way you moved on took way too long. Nothing I can do. Pray for crazy love so I can die. The bullet you're hanging on. And the truth is, baby, I'm so glad you're gone. Yeah.
Kind of absent-minded. Yeah, I remember that track. Actually, where I started writing it was this place that I'm actually playing tonight at Commodore's. It's a songwriting bar in Nashville. I just kind of was sitting on the patio area and just started writing it, thinking about my friend who had a little girl trouble. It's kind of similar to the new one I'm writing called How Can You Blame Me? It's just people always say, oh, well, every subject's been written about. And I don't agree with that. I think there's a lot of perspectives that are missing. Songs are all about point of view and how you see the world and the stories you hear, and how you can apply them to yourself, filter through yourself, and connect them to other people. At least that's what I think. And I always wanted to be, I guess, closer to people. I don't know if that makes any sense. My audience, my crowd, my fans, I always want to be closer to them than I am. I guess that's kind of a messed up, weird way of saying it, but I guess at the heart, that's what songwriting is, a way to bridge two different lives by a common thread,
What can you tell people about your music?
Well, I'm a story-driven writer. I think that probably the most important things are delivery and performance. I'm probably mostly the performer, like 70% performer, 30% songwriter. I love live interaction, and like I said, I love people. So, but my music is a story-driven kind of. I try to take something that means something and write a song about it that appeals to people, that people can connect to. I'm not a big fluff fan. I'm not a big, I don't really weigh into the whole pop country versus real country versus classic country debate. I think if it's in you to write it, it's in your heart, then write it. I personally won't be using any sequencing machines or anything. I like real instruments. But, so that's probably what you're going to get more often than not with me is real instrumentation, talking about real stuff. No matter, this newest song, like I said, it's an uncomfortable truth, and the song you just heard, Glad You're Gone, is about this guy that's just, he's done. He's done chasing this girl. He's done putting his time and energy and effort and love into some girl that's just kind of throwing it back in his face. And you don't hear those songs a lot. You hear all these songs about how guys are bad and, they do this and they're cheaters and blah, blah, blah. It's just an endless stream of stereotypes and just mouthing off, and I'm in some of my songs anyway, trying to combat that because the truth is never so simple. I heard a saying once that said the truth is often caught between a lie and a bigger lie. So I believe that, So I'm trying to find songs and things to talk about in my songs that combats those lies and tries to shed some light on what's real, because the truth is we're all people, guy or girl, really doesn't matter. We all have things that we need, though, between the sexes, those are wildly different things, but they are still necessary as air or food is for survival. And without them, we starve, we starve to death. And, I think the people that are out there that are emotionally starving are the people that are, hurting the most and commit the worst atrocities.
What do you have coming up in the next couple months?
So I'm pushing really hard right now to record the EP. I'm grateful to all the people that sponsor me and reach out to me and help me monetarily and, with equipment that I need, Larrivee guitars, Westone audio for my in-ear monitors, G7 Capo, Revamp Man, Baja Ranch Western Wear. I have a couple unnamed sponsors that wish to remain anonymous that help me out from time to time. But I'm trying to get more, in the way of those kinds of sponsors so I can get the capital together that's necessary. Because in Florida, I did all these touring networks where I made a good amount of money and I was able to pay the bills and buy equipment and do what I needed to do to keep it going and grow it. Out here, it's a horse of a different color entirely. It's all you can do just to do 5 or 6 gigs a month that are not downtown. And if you do play downtown Nashville, I mean, you make nothing. You make less than nothing. You actually sometimes wind up spending money just to play downtown for 4 hours. So it's a tough game, but it's a tough nut to crack. But I'm just going to grab a bigger hammer until I find the right one.
If you could learn instrument, what would it be and why?
Oh, easy, banjo. Because why not? It's banjo. There's nothing cooler than banjo. I'm actually teaching myself piano right now, but I tell you what, banjo, if I could pick up like a real banjo, not these wannabe 6-string banjo, but a real 5-string banjo, yeah, all day, homie. That would be awesome. Nothing. There's nothing. It doesn't matter. Rock, pop, it doesn't matter. Put a banjo on it. It instantly sounds authentic and awesome. I'm sorry. That's the truth. Preach. Banjo.
Where can people see your videos, music, and events?
All my social media is uniform at Eric, ERIC, Ryan, RYAN, sound, as in SOUND, the hearing. I saw Eric Ryan music and somebody had it, and I just got tired of seeing some person's name and music behind it, so I made it sound, the drawback of which is somebody might think I'm an audio engineer, but that's okay. I'm willing to deal with that. But everything's at Eric Ryan Sound on any social media platform, and of course, ericryansound.com.
I'm glad to have you on the show today. Really enjoyed talking
It's
to
good
you.
to be here.